Hi, I'm going to tell you the tale of two tablets. The Fire, which is $50, an amazing price for Amazon's new tablet, and then the Fire HD 8, which costs $100 more at $150. Lots to talk about, and I'll show you my impressions of these two tablets and why I think this really is worth $100 more for certain situations, but there are some times when you might just want to get one of these cheaper tablets. We'll take a look in this video. I want to start by comparing just the size and shape of these two tablets. You can see that the Fire on top is smaller in its size. The weight of these is essentially the same. Without the covers, the HD 8 is 10 5/8 ounces and the Fire is 11 ounces, so the smaller one is slightly heavier, surprisingly, but that's because the Fire HD 8 is thinner, and that makes it kind of nice in some certain situations. When you put the cases on, the larger Fire, the HD 8, is about 1/4 of an ounce heavier, but when you hold them you really can't tell the difference. The shape of these two tablets makes a difference in the way that I use them the most, which is reading my Kindle books. And the smaller one, it has at first a more bookish size, which I enjoy. It's not as the larger one, the HD 8, which is more expensive and has a higher quality. At first I thought, well, I'm going to prefer the cheaper one just because it's more the shape of a book. But in actually trying the HD 8, the reason it wins in sort of the lean back in the leather chair test is that its thinness makes it, somehow it's ergonomically more pleasing to read with. And I think the other thing that comes into play here is that the brightness of the screen and the resolution, which is better than the cheaper tablet, makes it easier to read, and it's just a more pleasurable reading experience. I tried this on my wife, Darlene, and she agreed. She just held them both and said, well, I think I'd rather read on this one. It's almost too big in terms of what feels like a book. This would be a bigger book than a paperback. It might be the size of a hardcover book. Maybe that's why it's seeming to be kind of pleasant. And the cheaper one just feels more brickish. It's even though the weight is very similar, the way the weight is condensed into this shape makes it somehow less pleasing to choose as a reader. Both of these tablets have better designed buttons than on previous Fires, and the reason is that you can see this because it's silver. This is the power button, this is the volume button, and so no matter how you're holding your tablet, it's pretty easy to say, okay, this is where I do the power. And the cheaper one, the Fire, has the same button arrangement, and I really like it. The other thing they both have is the SD card slot. It's so small, at first I had a hard time finding it, but it's this little teeny slot right here, and you can kind of pry it open, and you'll see that I've got an SD card in there. It's a micro SD card, so you can get them up to 128 gigabytes. You press the card in and out it comes, and you can put a lot of storage in there for your media. And once you have it in, you can set it up so that when you buy media for the tablet, it automatically ends up on the SD card, which is pretty convenient. The other thing that each of these can do is pair with my keyboard of choice. This is a PW Plus foldable keyboard, and so when you're traveling it folds up into a really nice size, and it's only $29 on Amazon. You can pair it with Bluetooth for either of these devices or the larger 10-inch tablet, which Amazon is also selling. I think that the place where the cheaper tablet seems to make more sense. My wife and I are going on a 1-month trip to Ecuador and the Galapagos. This might be the right tablet for that, because if you lose it, you know, you haven't lost a $150 item, you've lost a $50 item. It certainly goes nicely. I mean, this would be my total computing package here, along with my iPhone, which I'll be using to record some podcasts. But that makes a nice travel package. The smaller tablet is also the basis for what Amazon calls the Kids Edition. That's $99 with a case and with 1 year of free time, which is a selection of media for kids, and also a 2-year guarantee for dropping it, so that can be pretty handy. A big difference in the quality of these two tablets is the audio quality, and I'm going to play Little Big Bang Theory.
Last time I didn't think you'd ever want to go back.
Are you kidding? It was the greatest experience of my life.
That is the Fire, which has the single speaker, and now we'll play the HD8.
After last time I didn't think you'd ever want to go back.
Are you kidding? It was the greatest experience of my life.
It's obviously a fuller sound on the HD8, and to give you in certain situations, like I usually have one use of my tablet is I use it when I'm working out, and so here's what it looked like down in the basement when I had the two on the cross trainer, trying to compare the difference. Okay, this is the cross trainer comparison of the Fire and the Fire HD8. I've got them both on cases here that you can lap them over the top of the cross trainer, which is handy. The Fire, the $50 Fire is on the left, and the Fire HD is on the right. Let's play a little Big Bang Theory.
Nearly 14 billion years ago, expansion started.
That's a cleaner sound. Motion of the video is fine. And let's switch to a much better sound for sure. And is it worth $100 more? I think it's worth the extra $100 depending on your circumstances. I can picture some times when the cheaper tablet would be a great buy. It's certainly amazing to get the kind of quality that Amazon has gotten into this device for a tablet that's under $50, and it's remarkable, and it's going to put them within reach in a lot of situations where you just might not even thought of getting a tablet for a child, or for travel that where you're wanting to keep your more expensive items at home. I really do like the HD8, and it's going to replace my HDX 7-inch that I've been using for the past year, and it's no longer part of the lineup, and I want to be using a Fire device that is part of the actual lineup. If you're not familiar with my podcast, it's the Kindle Chronicles. I've been doing it every week for more than 7 years, a 45-minute show. There's a good substantive interview each show, and we talk about tech tips, how to get the most out of your Kindle, news focused on the Kindle and Amazon, but ranging a little more widely than that about exactly what's happening to the world of books and publishing as a result of this technology. This is Len Edgerly in Cambridge, Massachusetts for the Kindle Chronicles. Thanks for watching.